How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Metroplex Bass Addicts channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here or if you haven't already, be sure and hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you stay up to date with all the videos. Leave a like and a comment down below and share the video on the channel with your friends. We really appreciate it and it really helps us out. So we appreciate you guys in advance for that. But this video that you're about to watch is the second stop of the Collegiate Bass Trail of Texas for the 2023-2024 season. This is my last year of college fishing. In my last year of my master's degree, and so kind of bittersweet. I've loved college fishing. It's been an awesome experience, and I have a new partner this year because Ian graduated last year. If you haven't seen the first video over this tournament's trail from back in October at Possum Kingdom, definitely go back and watch that one. It's pretty cool. Make sure you watch the practice video and the tournament video. It was a lot of fun. But that was the first tournament. This is the second one here, and this one was at Lake Pat Mayse, or Pat Mayse Lake, however you want to say it, which is in northeast Texas. It's in a little town called Powderly and around the Paris area, for those of you that are familiar with northeast Texas. So it's kind of up there, almost to Oklahoma, kind of up in the woods. And the lake's really interesting. It's really cool, and there's a lot of bass in it. It's a really fun lake to fish. But from what I could tell and from the overall tournament results, what they suggest, there's not a whole lot of big fish in the lake. So it was a very interesting tournament, weeding through all the small ones. The lake was a foot and a half low, which normally wouldn't be too big of a deal, but on this lake, with as shallow and flat as it already is, there was not a lot left in the water to fish up along the banks and stuff. So that made it for a very interesting tournament, because you either had to find something offshore, which there isn't too much offshore either, or you had to find, the few areas up along the banks that still had, some kind of cover or structure for the fish to get on. So as you guys will see here in a minute, we found a little pattern that was working up shallow for us. We'll get into that more at the end of the video whenever I kind of explain what we were doing. But awesome little lake, fun little lake to fish. Definitely a grinder of a tournament, and but I learned a lot, and it was a fun week. So appreciate y'all stopping by and watching. Real quick before we get into the video, I did want to address something that I saw as a comment actually that someone left on our on our last video over the TTO championship on Possum Kingdom. So I'll throw a screenshot of the comment up right now so you guys can read along. And you can see here, at Hookem Landon left a comment and said, "Hey, I'm Landon and I am an angler in Lone Star Junior Bassmasters based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I love to fish the tournaments and I am able to go, but I don't have a boat or a boat captain. I was wondering if you would be willing to captain me. I can pay for gas and travel expenses and whatever else there is. The lakes this year are all pretty close to the DFW area except for Squaw Creek. If you're interested, please let me know and I can get you additional info." So Ian and I talked about it, and we just do not have the time to do that between our own tournament schedule and work and school and doing YouTube and just all the things that we have going on. We have too much going on in our own lives right now to commit that kind of time. But if you guys can see down below, I put a response to his comment and told him that. But I also told him I'd try to help the best we could. Ian and I we want to help him. So that's why we're doing this. If any of you guys that are subscribed to our channel or watch our channel, or even new viewers that maybe this is your first time watching, if you guys live in the DFW area and you have a boat and you have the time to boat captain high school tournament anglers, then leave a comment down below in this video. And I'll see, I told Landon to be watching out for this video and checking the comments, so hopefully he remembers to do that. If not, I'll have to try and find a way to track him down. But if any of you guys are interested and you have a boat and you're willing to do that and you have the time to do that, please leave a comment down below so we can get you hooked up with him, and just so he can fish tournaments. I know what it's like to want to fish tournaments and not have the resources that you need to do it. So we want to try to help this kid the best way we can. So this is how we're doing that. So if any of you guys think that you could do something like this, or that you'd be willing to do something like that, or even help him find a captain, like maybe somebody who would be interested, please leave a comment down below and we can try and get that squared up. But without further ado, appreciate y'all stopping by. Like I said earlier, gonna get into the video, and y'all stay tuned. We'll see you at the end. Right there you go.
What? Why? I think I like it.
fast and do it that way. Go, go. There we go. Good job. Check him. I don't know if he'll keep.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll keep.
Huh?
Yeah, I said, yeah, I don't know if he'll keep.
You'll have to check him. He might be close. Good job. Sorry. I'm just glad that we actually got a bite already. Alright guys, first fish of the morning already, but not a keeper unfortunately.
The big one. Okay, let me ask you a serious question. How do you plan on fitting that in your mouth? Please, tell me your trick. The fish? Yep.
Oh, that's a keeper. Oh,
yeah.
Let me see it. Alright, go for it. There you go. That's a keeper.
keeper.
Hell yeah. Good job.
Right, I mean, I had to basically knock that stump. I thought I was hung on it.
Alright guys, double up. Mine's small, his is large. Well, not large, but it's a keeper. First keeper of the morning.
It just falls out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Putting him on the right side. Nope, left side.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just, put him on the left side for now.
Will you pick that up, please?
Yeah, I forgot that I had that bag in there. Put a cold clip on him.
Yep. We can accompany the Airbnb for just a little bit longer and put it real.
Got him. Good one.
Good one?
Yeah, it's a big one. No, it's not that big, but he'll keep.
Good one?
I think he'll keep. He'll be close.
Good job.
Well, kind of killed himself.
Yeah, don't tell me first.
Hold on, bud. Hold on. Alright, guys. Hopefully that'll keep. Third fish for me. Third one that's not a keeper. I think I thought he was big at first just because he was buried in all that tree.
You alright?
That's fish. I was looking at you. That feels like a pretty decent one. Oh, it is.
Are we down here?
I have no idea anymore. Yeah, it's a keeper.
You want me to hold him? Nope.
That thing it's caught in my...
Barely hooked.
He should keep, don't you think? I don't know.
Give.
Yeah, check him.
Damn. Right.
Alright, well at least we know they're still here. Just going ahead and release them.
I'm trying if he'll let me.
Another one that's not a keeper, guys. We caught the heck out of 13.5 inchers.
Is there a stump there or something?
No, that's what I'm trying to find out. I didn't feel one.
I didn't feel one that time either.
There's this little guy, I think. I don't know, actually. He's fighting harder than all the rest of them. Oh, that's a keeper.
Want me to get down on him?
I don't know. I gotta see how he's hooked. Is that even a bass or is that a hybrid?
It's bad.
That's a good one.
You want to flip him? Turn the pop up.
Dude, I don't know if he's gonna keep either.
Oh, he'll keep.
You think?
Oh, yeah. He'll keep.
Can you grab the pliers out of that real fast? Because he's got hook all messed up.
You got him?
Yeah, I got him. Keep fishing.
I think yours came off this stump right here.
All right, guys. Finally got keeper number 2. Little chunky guy. Dang it, dude. How'd you even hook yourself this way? Yep. He barely goes right there. He touches. It's gonna be a nervous one, but he goes. All right, guys, keeper number 3, very close, but it's another one.
There you go. I don't think no way, but he might. I don't think so either. I can see him though. Yeah, I'll be short, I think. I mean, you can check him. I'm definitely gonna check him. Always check him.
There's a fish.
Where?
Little guy. God dang, they're strong.
Yep.
This one's not gonna lay.
This one's not even 12.
Mine's even smaller, I think. So they're not gonna do nothing.
Much better. Yeah. Yeah.
He might keep. He'll be close. Alright guys, so as you guys saw, absolute grinder of a tournament. So what's interesting is I didn't actually save a lot of the fish we caught. We probably caught 45 or 50 bass this day during this tournament, and we were catching probably 20 to 30 each day of practice for the 3 days before. Pretty much everyone we talked to, all of our buddies that we were competing against, all said kind of the same thing. It was pretty easy to get bites. There's a bunch of fish in that lake right now, and so it wasn't hard to catch fish. But what was difficult was finding the size. You would get like 1 keeper bite for every 7 to 9 bites you actually had in total. So it was just, weeding through the smaller fish and just staying positive and staying confident and staying focused enough to keep your intensity level up while you're fishing and weeding through all these small fish so that whenever you did get a keeper bite, you got in the boat. So we ended up, bringing in 3 keepers for I think 5.05 pounds. And that's, not up to my standard, not up to what I typically like to do. But this will give you an idea of how much of a grinder of a tournament it was. We got 27th place out of 72 teams with that weight, with 5.05 pounds. 20 of the teams zeroed, and it only took, they paid the top 9 spots, and I think it took like 9 3/4 or right at 10 pounds to cash a check. So it was an absolute grinder. It took 18 to win, and then it dropped to 15 for second and 13 for third. So I think there was only like 4 or 5 limits brought in out of all 72 teams. So it was an absolute grinder, but it was a lot of fun. It was fun fall fishing. I learned a lot. The pattern we were running, we were just throwing wake baits, so little crankbaits that dive 1 to 3 feet up on shallow, flat clay banks with the wind blowing into them. And the one thing that they all had in common besides just the wind on them was they were all about halfway back into the creeks, and they all had, in about a foot of water, they had a grass line, a mixture of hydrilla and skunkweed, in about a foot to a foot and a half of water, and those fish were sitting on that edge. And so we were just throwing those wake baits up. I tried in practice to throw a square bill. I tried throwing a chatterbait and a spinnerbait, and we got a few bites on those baits. But when Jacob pulled out his wake bait during practice, he started catching a lot more fish than I was catching on those other baits. So then we just ran with that for the tournament. I think I caught 1 on a jig in the tournament, and then the rest of like the 45 or 50 fish we caught were all on wake baits. So we did catch a few on stumps as well in the back of a creek, but that was just one creek, and then the rest of it was just running those flats with that grass on it, halfway back in the creeks with the wind going across them. So 505 was our weight, 27th place out of 72 teams. We are now sitting 20th in Angler of the Year for the Collegiate Bass Trail of Texas after the first 2 tournaments. 20th in the AOY standings out of over 100 total teams, I think. So not too terrible. Got to stay inside the top 100 to make the championship in June, which I don't think should be a problem, even though we are going to have to miss 2 of the tournaments because I'm going to be fishing BFLs and Bass Champs and TTO, but I still think we should be solid to do that. And yeah, I can't complain too much. Another thing too that did happen was Jacob actually I didn't get these on camera unfortunately, but with about 3 hours left to go, Jacob was throwing a regular square bill on a boat ramp. That was another pattern we found in practice, fishing the boat ramps on the lake, because it was some of the only rock left on the lake that was in 4 to 6 feet of water. So we found that in practice. I caught a few dragging a jig on a boat ramp. And so with about 3 hours left, we were fishing one of them that I had caught some fish on in practice. And Jacob switched from the wake bait to a regular square bill and got bit. And he hooked up on probably a 2.5 pounder. And unfortunately, that fish came off. And then with about 30 minutes left in the tournament, we actually were just right by where we launched, and there was a dock along the bank with some riprap. And the riprap's not in the water, but the dock is a floating dock with black floats, and it was out in like 7 or 8 feet of water. And Jacob threw his wake bait up and reeled it right down the side of the dock and got bit by probably a 3 or 3.25 pound bass. And it unfortunately jumped off as well. So, you know, that happens as part of fishing. You know, you're gonna miss fish. But if we had been able to land those 2 fish that he hooked on those 2 baits late in the day, then we're talking about probably another 5.5 pounds, which would have given us right around 10 pounds. We would have been inside the top 10 most likely, and most likely would have cashed a check. So, you know, it sucks. It sucks to go home with a 27th place finish when we know we should have been in the top 10. But it also is, you know, it feels good to know that we were around the right fish to have a good finish in a really tough tournament, and that we had the bites to be inside the top 10. So that's the positive side of things. We were around the right fish to do really well and get a check. And so that's what, you know, me and Jacob are keeping in our minds and taking with us to the next one. So appreciate y'all watching. I know that the intro and the outro to this video were kind of lengthy and there's not a whole lot of fish clips, but we appreciate y'all watching, sticking with us to the end anyway. Next few videos should be pretty good. I'm going to be going deer hunting this weekend, actually, in Missouri, which is where I'm from. And so going back home, going deer hunting, hopefully I'm going to try to film and see if I can get that. So if that all goes to plan, then we'll have a deer hunting video, which would be the first time we ever did that. And then after that, it'll be content from Eagle Mountain for the last regular season stop of the NTX Bass Elite Fall Solo Series. So we'll have practice and tournament footage from that. And then beyond that, we've got 2 more tournaments to end the year. We got the championship for that trail, and then we're fishing an open tournament on Squaw Creek. And then we also still have the final 2 or 3 videos in that 6-part series we've been doing. So have a lot of content that we're trying to wrap up and that we've got on the board that we're getting ready to film. So y'all stick with us. Appreciate y'all watching. See you on the next one. Thanks.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command.